Hi, I'm Tamara, Center Saved by Grace, and some more of my story that I'd like to share. I really do consider it God's story more than mine because I fought him kicking and screaming most of the way, always trying to do my will instead of his. So I think I left off previously. I'd shared how I came to salvation through getting sober and going to AA and eventually coming to the Lord. And after that, I went on to marry my second husband and continued on my walk with the Lord and continued to just try to grow where He was planning me. And at that time, very new in our marriage, we had my 3-year-old son from my first marriage, and we had another daughter shortly after we were married. And so we have these two children, and we're living in subsidized housing because I'm working part-time and my husband's going to school full-time. And we were just in a very rough area. And I remember I was just like, Lord, I'm worried for our kids' safety. I wish there was a way that we could work something out. And next thing I know, as I'm continuing to pray and read the Bible and go to church, and God just really put it on my heart that we should start looking for a home. And we didn't have anything. We had no savings. We barely had anything in our checking. But I told my husband that God had said that, and he thought I was pretty crazy. But he knew that when I said God said something, it usually was true. Usually it was something. For whatever reason, God did speak to me through dreams, through visions. And so we started to look for a house. And as we looked, we found one that was perfect for us within our budget. And as we got closer to needing closing costs and all that kind of stuff, we found out that the subsidized home we were living in had put money aside from each rent payment as a bonus or as an incentive for people to buy a home and get out of the subsidized living environment. So there was our closing costs. So God provided exactly what He told us to take care of. And after that, we ended up having another daughter and felt like we were done. We were done having kids, wanted to move on with our life. And it wasn't too long after that, our daughter was heading into kindergarten, and I was looking at having surgery so we couldn't have any more kids. And I started having this reoccurring dream where I could hear this baby crying so realistically that when I would awake, I would go in my other daughter's rooms to look and see where this baby was. And I had that dream several times in a row. And each time I'd get a little more clarity about this baby. I'd hear its voice, I'd see its curly hair, I'd hear its name, and I just knew that God was telling me we were going to have another child. And in fact, in prayer, shortly after that, God said, "You're going to have a son." And so I told my husband again, God told me we're going to have a son. And again, he thought I was losing my mind. But needless to say, we started to do what married people do, and we started to try to have this son, and wasn't but about a year later, we had a little boy, and Michael Isaac. And he has curly hair, and he is been a joy. He has been a joy. So again, I've just learned in my walk with God that when He really puts something on my heart, if I obey it, He provides. And it may not make sense. Half the time it doesn't make sense to anybody else. But if God's telling me to do it, I know I need to, because to Him, He's got a plan. So thanks for letting me share.